Welcome to the CCL match between FoF and Rebel. Unfortunately, the stream got a little bit late start. However, we have it now. Rebel has come out and taken C and B flag. However, FoF was in control of A and B for quite a long time. Looks like Rebel has good lane control, not too much on the right-hand side. Eduardo going over there now. FoF heavy in the middle. Only 1-1 on either sides. FoF trying to push in as a squad into B, as well as another squad going down the right side. Let's see if they push into B or if they go and continue on to C. Looks like they're getting headed off before they get to C, unfortunately. But Rebel is able to take down half of that squad. The FoF crew is in what we like to call up downstairs at B, trying to get in there, trying to push in. Rebel is in good control of the B flag, holding down left, right, and center. FoF trying to push through on that right-hand side, but are not able to get it. Buzzy Butt over there putting in work with his Thompson, just being able to take out people from short to medium range very effectively. Rebel is doing a great job of controlling lanes. FoF trying to push through as much as possible, trying to get down that right lane, trying to get into the cafe on the left-hand side of the B from the canal side. Looks like they're getting stuck in there, however. Rebel using great control of the entire map. Going around. FoF trying to make a good push into B. FoF trying to sneak around. We do have Zeagles. Smartly decides to jump into the water. I don't know if any of the Rebel guys know that it seems like they do. Maybe they hear him, but they are hunting him down, and there he goes. Almost a great opportunity for FoF, however, Rebel with the awareness to get down there and cover the canal side. Rebel pushing back, however, FoF has made it into B and is holding it. Rebel pushing in hard, however, we've got a full squad of the FoF in the middle holding down the B capture point. Got Abraham too, and Eduardo on the right-hand side trying to push into Zeagles to get that right flank open for them, their left flank. But they are being headed off by a lot of FoF. They're making some good progress into that section, but FoF is holding them off. FoF in good control. Rebel decides to try to go down the left-hand lane, but they got Cronus Crew and Big Head for FoF on either side of that lane. Rebel has two in the middle at B, but they are being quickly surrounded by the FoF. Rebel still trying to push down the left-hand side, almost making it in, but Cronus Crew over there with his... Don't know what Cronus Crew is using. Pretty sure he usually uses a Thompson. So, got a good spread for FoF, 2-4-2. However, Rebel is trying to make a hard push on the right-hand side, using the canal, getting down into that little cutout. And Eduardo is going for a dip, trying to get around, but it looks like Zeagles is waiting for somebody, realizing that somebody's probably going to push that right-hand side. FoF swarming right-hand side, realizing that is where the bulk of the Rebel guys are. Rebel calls in a supply drop right in the middle, trying to get on the right-hand side, but they're unfortunately not able to move past that. So FoF takes the round. Next up, we have Hamada, which is a tank map, so it'll be interesting to see what these two platoons do against each other's tanks. Be interesting also to see who their tankers are. So here we are on the Desert Hamada map. Like I said, it is a tank map. However, the big important part of this map is right in the center, right there, where the B flag capture is. If you're able to hold down both sides of the towers, you're going to have pretty good map control. Then all you have to do is watch your flanks and make sure they do not get around to your back cap. And here we go. Got Isaac in the tank for FoF and Sir H2O in the tank for Rebel. Isaac is sticking to C, only sending 2 to B directly. They've got a contingency of the entire squad going right up onto the tower. And here's the first volley. FoF has good control of the right-hand side, going to be able to quickly take out all the players on B. Zik is being pushed hard by, I'm sorry, it was Ling Long Pagoda that is in the tank, not H2O. Ling Long pushing heavy into C, taking hits and exchanging volleys from the FoF tanker. FoF has been able to control the B spawn or the B point for a little while, but that squad is wiped out. Ling Long gets taken down by FoF Isaac and is in control. However, Rebel, seeing this hard push happening, realizing they need to get around to the A and B flags. FoF is going to need to get themselves off of the C point and get back and get another flag captured. However, Rebel pushing back, realizing that all of the players are at C right now, going in and trying to take out Isaac. He is doing work in that tank, holding that C spawn, or C flag down, my mistake. And Rebel is swarming them, gonna try to take out the tank. Arquebus using his bayonet charge to take out Zeagles from FoF. FoF is getting stuck in C. However, Isaac is making a break for it back to A point. Heavy action happening at the C flag. We got Estrel on the bottom there, going for that wide flank, getting around. Eduardo, the only one left on B, at the top of the right-hand side tower. Sir H2O is spawned on him. Isaac makes it back to A. However, Rebel wipes off FoF from the C point, but they still have an entire crew of FoF surrounding the C point, trying to push back into it. Isaac being surrounded by 2 of Rebel's players. Buzzybug gets taken down quickly by Isaac. Isaac has some support now, pushing in. A and C controlled by FoF. Rebel holding onto the B flag. And FoF pushing out of C up into the towers. Rebel realizing that Isaac is taking them out very, very effectively. retreats back to A to try to help out. But this is going to give the opportunity for FoF to move from C to B with an entire squad, getting St. Lucifer up in the right-hand side tower. And they're going for the triple cap. However, Rebel does have superior numbers on the A flag. Taking it, Isaac smartly decides to back off a little bit so he does not get taken out. Is supported by an entire squad with him. FoF holding left and right side of the B point. However, got Eduardo and Novzalti coming up. Novzalti gets taken out at the staircase, trying to push up. FoF in strong control of C and B right now, pushing them very hard. However, there's a contingency of Rebel pushing the left-hand side of the B flag, taking out Greasy, going after Skeens. Skeens is taken down. Cronus Crew is taken down as well. And the left side is cleaned out. They're going to be able to get on this point. However, they do have the 3 other FoFs on the opposite side of the tower, looking down into B. Now it's a 4-man squad. Isaac all by himself over there, but he's only facing 2 medics and a sniper. They cannot do anything against him. They need to get some assault players over there to take out Isaac. He is just holding that right-hand flank, not being contested by anybody. Novzalti coming up the right-hand side of the towers, trying to push into B. But FoF is in hard control of that right-hand side. Buzzy Butt waiting down low, firing up into the right-hand side of the B point. Isaac pushing into, doing a risky maneuver, pushing all the way in towards the A spawn, but then taking a hard turn into B, showing his butt end where his engine is. They could seriously, easily disable him right now if they were able to get a good Panzerfaust shot right on him, but they're unable to do that. Isaac just controlling the B flag now from all points. However, Rebel is swarming over the top of them. If they're able to get some good shots and some dynamite onto Isaac, it could be curtains for him. He is retreating. He is trying to get out. Elysian looks like he's going to be able to take him out, and Elysian takes him down with the Panzerfaust. That is going to be a big momentum shift for Rebel. They're going to be able to move in much easier now without having to worry about Isaac in that tank. Rebel should also be getting their tanker back very, very soon, and Isaac will have to wait for quite a while for his to respawn. And Rebel fights back using that momentum shift to get a momentary, or closely to a momentary triple cap. However, FoF is pushing into B. Now there's the triple cap. FoF needs to get out of this quickly, and it looks like they're pushing them off of C. FoF also pushing into B. However, Rebel does have height advantage, but if you're able to gunfight from a lower sight line, you can take out people from height. Height is an advantage, but not always a guaranteed win. B has been taken back by FoF and is being controlled. Eduardo, the only one over there. Linglong Pagoda spawns onto him, trying to make a 2-man push on a 4-man squad. FoF wipes off the rest of Rebel from C. They're holding B and C momentarily. However, Rebel is going to get superior numbers and go up into the right-hand tower to try to cut off the entire FoF team, because that is where they are all going. However, we have 2 coming down the main roadway from C to B, trying to wipe off FoF from that top right-hand side. Rebel is in control of B. However, FoF has the right-hand side completely controlled right now, and are going to be able to push into B and start to recapture it for themselves. A lot of clusteriness in that B point, but sometimes sheer will force and power will get you that flag. Realizing that FoF abandoned their C flag, Rebel sent a contingency squad all the way around the bottom of the map to get to C. This is not a bad idea. However, Isaac spawns right in front of them in that tank and is able to take out Linglong, Elysian. Eduardo, the only one waiting for people to spawn on him. Isaac, being a one-man wrecking crew over by C, taking the point by himself and holding them off of it. Full squad of Rebel takes down Isaac because he was left alone. Tankers need a support guy with them to offer suppressing fire as well as repairs. Arquebus in the tank now, pushing around the left-hand flank from A to B. Takes out Esterol with a great shot. Ziegles is on top of him, however, trying to flank around. I think he's just going to go to A and get that capture point. They know that there's superior numbers of the Rebel guys at C currently, and FoF is trying to get A. However, Novzalti is pushing in with Arquebus as support from the rear. They have 3 infi versus 1 in a tank, 4 infi versus 1 in a tank. Let's see what they're able to do. Buzzy Butt is taking down Isaac. Novzalti gets taken. Ziegles is up on the A point, doing work with that Lewis gun. Skeens is putting in work also over there. Arquebus still up in the tank. FoF really needs to knock him out if they want to be able to capture that point back without any issues. That tank acts as a mobile artillery and a mobile spawn point. That thing is highly effective at locking down lanes as well. Got a squad of FoF on the right side of Arquebus up in the towers. Arquebus sees them, starts to return fire at them. Rebel has pushed into B. St. Lucifer, the only one left, using smoke to his advantage, gets in a gunfight and is taken out by Novzalti. Ziegles pushing the right-hand side. The entire FoF crew is pushing the right-hand side. Isaac back in the tank, going far left-hand side and swinging into B. Elysian needs to do some shifty maneuvering to get away from Isaac, and does. Ziegles is hot on his trail, and Rebel is on the right-hand side and holding the right-hand side of B. Isaac taking out full assault 420 with his main gun. Arquebus is on the C point capturing. I don't know if he knows that Isaac is behind him. Definitely didn't seem to be aware of that fact. Arquebus is now down and is taken out by Esterol, supporting Isaac. Well done. Well coordinated attack there on Arquebus. FoF in strong control of the B point, pushing into C, trying to get that capture point. This is a back and forth battle, 36-35 right now, really tight. Somebody needs to get control, and it looks like Rebel is going to be the ones that are in control, holding A and C. FoF trying their hardest to push into C, but almost the entire Rebel crew is on the C point. Isaac, seeing that this is happening and realizing they need a flag, goes on his own to A. Linglong Pagoda sees this happening, or understands that this probably is happening, and is heading there now to try to take down Isaac. Isaac facing 2 Rebels pushing in. Got another giant battle happening in the alleyway on the right-hand side, with the bridge from the B point over to the right side of C being used quickly and easily to get across by Elysian. Rebel goes back, gets that A flag, goes into B, and is starting to get onto it. Rebel is swarming around B, high side, low side, every which way side. FoF holding on to it by a thread right now. Holding it, and they're going to hold C and B. Buzzy Butt is up there. He's going to start to take B, but he's going to need to get on there with numbers because Big Head is there with him, and Cronus Crew is watching the top side, looking down into the B flag. Buzzy Butt and Nobzalti trying to push in, taking out Zeagles, trying to push down into the B flag to get another capture point. FoF is in control of C only now. They are losing A and B. Arquebus taking the last guy off of A, and B is just a massacre right now. So many revive symbols. The tank is rushing in, realizing he needs to get on that point to get a quick capture of this. Getting that tank on there will help them out, but if FoF doesn't maintain this hold, score is 11-6 right now. Buzzy Butt, realizing that they're pushing B hard, gets over to the C point, starts to capture it. FoF is going to need to fan out and get away from that B flag to get back to C before it is taken out. And they are all doing that, and that is going to leave B available to be taken. The entire FoF crew decides to go to C, leaving B wide open with only Isaac on the point. This is going to be a close one, folks. Coming down to the wire. Rebel up 6-3. Isaac taken down and holding on to that flag. C is being contested, but FoF is holding B and C, but Rebel has superior numbers and is losing. This looks like it's going to come down to revives and kills right now because the B flag is being held by that tanker. And it is FoF taking the round by 3 tickets. That was an intense battle to witness between. It was back and forth all the way. Next up, we have the Snowy Fiel map, or Fagel as I like to call it. Let's see if any of that dynamic weather pushes in to the mountaintops and see what the squads are able to do. And here we are on the snowy map of Fiel. Let's get our camera into a good position so that we can see this breakout, and then we will zoom in on wherever the action is happening. Got Rebel as the red squad and FoF as the blue team. Blue is going to be pushing out of the right-hand side. Red's going to be pushing out of the left-hand side. Let's see if they do an AC push, a CA push, or go for the B flag. Getting control of that middle pass right in the middle right there is very important. Cuts off a lot of different flanking routes if you're able to push up into the pass on either side. We got FoF coming out, Rebel coming out as well. They're going to get their back caps, and let's see where they split off from there. Looks like they're going to do a hard push FoF into B. Got a small contingency of Zeagles and Isaac holding on to that left-hand side. Arquebus, Nobzalti, and Buzzy Butt going right-hand side. Not sure why there's that second Arquebus icon down there at A, but he is actually fighting on the right-hand side. Rebel takes out the small contingency of FOF to get into the C village, pushing all the way in. Rebel gets taken out at the B flag, and FOF is pushing back into A, and is also using that pass to cut off the advance of Rebel into the pass that heads down to B. FOF in control of the map right now, holding the B and C. Giant battle happening down at the A flag. FOF really trying to get that triple cap happening. Arquebus moving into C all by himself, going to get challenged by Isaac. Isaac quickly takes him down with an STG, my favorite weapon to use. However, I am slowly transitioning to the Sturmgewehr in the 1907 with their faster fire rates. And FOF is getting the triple cap. However, Novzalti, Buzzy Butt, and Full Assault, and then Arquebus spawn on each other to get into B to not let them hold on to it for too long.
All objectives taken! Just need to hold them!
Novzalti pushing into B by himself to take it. The entire crew at Rebel crew was taken out of A. They see B being taken currently and realize they need to move back. Cronus crew pushing their spawn, trying to hold them off as long as possible, trying to get that triple cap back. Because in that triple cap situation, you just bleed tickets like nobody's business. Rebel coming up against a superior force of players with FOF on the right-hand side. That's going to be a giant battle. Whoever wins their gun battles there is going to be the victor. Rebel, seeing what's happening, realizes we need to get out of here. Sends a contingency of a couple of guys to C on the right-hand side. Cronus crew is facing off against Abraham, but he quickly takes him out on the A flag. A, B, and C are being held by FOF currently. However, Rebel has that squad moving right into C. 3v1 on Zeagles. Estrol, however, is coming up in support. Zeagles gets taken down, but Estrol is in there waiting for some people to spawn on him, seeing if he can see what's happening at C. FOF abandoning the B flag, realizing that they can pinch them off in the C area if they're able to wipe them off at A. However, there's a lot of great spawn actioning happened on the Rebel squad side at A, realizing that they need as many people on there as possible to fight against these FOF gunfighters. Big battle happening in between B and C right now in that pass that you can go either left or right at. Big Head realizes the rest of his people have gone down, quickly retreats, trying to stay alive so that somebody can spawn on him, and he wipes out an entire crew by himself. Amazing job by Big Head right there. Elysian in the middle pass, heads over, heads back, sees that the rest of his guys were taken out by Big Head, and is going to be able to come up from behind this FOF crew pushing into C. However, FOF is on the C flag, taking it currently, going to get the BC. However, there seems to be a shift happening from A to B by the Rebel crew, and they're able to take down Greasy at the B flag. FOF holding C right now. Rebel holding A and B, taking it back from FOF. FOF pushing hard and heavy on the right hand side down to B. Rebel Eduardo getting taken out by Cronus crew with that MP40, and they're going in for the capture from the far flank. However, they're going to be met by Abraham and Eduardo. Let's see who gets victorious off of this one. Rebel being able to hold on to the B from the advances of FOF. Rebel using the middle pass smartly to come up and flank around FOF, realizing that if you can push them from both sides simultaneously, they cannot shoot in two different directions at once. Big battle happening at A and B currently. A being taken by FOF, however, B is being taken by Rebel. They were able to get in there and take out the rest of the FoF, and are holding on to B. FoF pushing out of C, holding A and C, doing a great job posting up in the alleyway between B and C, realizing that they're going to get a push from B. Rebel trying to push out of their spawn against FoF on the A flag. Buzzy Butt going up and around, going up onto where the parachutes are, realizing that he's all alone, waiting for his guys to spawn on him. There they are. They can now push in. FoF doing a great job of holding that right-hand lane in between the mountainsides. Be very interesting to see if FoF uses the over the mountaintop route that you can do from the middle into B to not have to gunfight out Rebel to try to get into B. They're holding A and C very well right now, FoF. They might just hold and not worry about trying to get to B, just being able to keep them contained between A and C at the B flag, posting up guys looking in at the B flag. They are going to be able to respawn themselves at A to push into FoF instead of just running into their guns trained down both alleyways of the mountainside. Elysian taken out Zeagles with that FG42, but Elysian quickly gets taken down by Big Head. FoF making a push into A, or from A to B, trying to cut off this advance that Rebel is throwing at them currently. Using smoke, smoking it up, making them run out of the smoke into their guns. FoF still holding that right-hand pass very effectively, not letting anybody through to get to that C point, but it looks like Rebel is successfully pushing into A. I only see one FoF on A right now. There's another one that just spawned. It's a 4v2 right now, 4v3. There they go back at it at A. Rebel successfully gets in there and begins the cap. FoF still holding that right-hand side flank at C, looking like they are going to try to push down into the B flag, realizing that they need to get another flag because they are losing tickets quickly. Rebel pushing out of spawn there and is going to be able to push out slightly, getting into gunfights. FoF pushing all the way into B. Abraham, the only one that is pushing onto the B flag, trying to ward off that entire advance of FoF, and FoF has CB, but Rebel is taking back, well, was taking back momentarily, and FoF gets the triple cap right there. FoF is surging up, using this triple cap to their advantage, trying to get the spawn trap going. Novzalti going the right-hand side around to try to get to C. However, with this triple cap in place, it's a little bit too little, too late for them. And it is FoF taking that round as well. Next up, we have Al Sandan, another very warm desert map with an interesting layout, more of a horseshoe than a straight linear map, more on the lines of Eras as far as layout goes, but there's this giant mountain in between the two spawns that they cannot get over. And let us get set up with good vantage point for the spawns. Not sure why the German spawn is over there hanging out like that, but that's okay. Alright, and here we go. Hopefully that German spawn will move, that icon will move. However, that is right on the mountain where nobody really goes, so that's okay. About 20 seconds before the round starts, just want to say thank you very much for coming on over to my Twitch page, The Cup of Joe, doing these shoutcasts for the CCL League. Really enjoy doing them for everybody and hope that everybody enjoys them as well. Got FoF on the right, got Rebel on the left pushing out of their spawns. Let's see what they do. There could be an A to C, C to A, or an A to B, or a C to B push. A lot of teams really like to do that quick A to C push, or vice versa, to cut off any advancing players. It looks like they are going to push all the way around. FoF is doing the C to B, and Rebel is doing the A to C, pushing into FoF, trying to get that, trying to run interference. Rebel and Cronus Crew are going to mash it up at B. However, FoF has the high side. Eduardo took that long flank, but he's going to be fighting up a mountainside, basically. And is quickly taken down. FoF jumps down into B, has C and B in control. Arquebus over at the C point, contesting against Isaac as a sniper. Arquebus takes him out with a knife kill. That's gotta hurt. Rebel in control of the A flag, quickly taking the B flag. Arquebus is taking the C flag, going for a triple capture. However, FoF does not want this to happen, so they are pushing into B super hard, as well as getting back to A. And they are just pushing all of them with all of their might. Rebel on A gets taken out by Esterol. That was Abraham getting taken down, and FoF is capturing A and B now. They completely wiped off the Rebel crews off of A and B, and now going to be in control of the map. Rebel pushing in to the B flag from the top side, going up against a small crew of 2 FoFs, and Cronus Crew is able to take down, actually no, that was not, that was St. Lucifer coming in from the spawn side, pushing up into that building, going after the FoF guys that are in there, or the Rebel guys that are in there, and gets taken down by the Rebel guys that were in there waiting for him to come. FoF has strong control of the A flag with nobody on it. B is being contested by Rebel, or at least they are trying to get in on that flag to push them off. However, FoF, realizing they have good control of the map right now, doing the A to C push. Arquebus, the only one over there, taken down by Big Head with his Thompson. And FoF successfully makes the A to C push, but Rebel pushes them off the B flag and is able to take it. FoF taking C from Rebel currently. Arquebus and Buzzy Butt pushing back to C to try to get them together. Lots of explosions happening up at the B flag. Somebody's throwing something down and blowing it up Probably some dynamite from up above. Rebel going in and getting them off of the B flag and wipes them out. Going to be able to get that. Rebel sees this happening, realizes they're going for the triple cap, decides to go in, start busting down their A spawn house to provide them with some cover and also to see if there's anybody from FoF in there. FoF in strong control of CB flag. Now they're going to try to do a C to B hold, it looks like, using their height advantage, looking in from C and B into A. Rebel trying to push through the left-hand side into C, but Ziegles is there, taking them out with an LMG. FoF has superior numbers, superior gunfire, and height advantage. Rebel trying to use smoke to surprise FoF, not letting them know exactly where they are. Elysian does squeak through on the right-hand side and is pushing through the middle. Don't know if he realizes that he is running right into an entire crew of FoF. Rebel has strong numbers pushing up to B. Really want to get in there. However, FoF is pushing from C to A, getting them in a crossfire with their crew that is hanging out up at B. Rebel down in the middle of the map. Not a whole lot of cover there. It is the lowest point of the map, so they're going to be fighting uphill either way they go. FoF in control of B. However, Rebel is trying to make their way up to C, getting out of this one flag position they find themselves in, trying to get in there. Cronus crew using the LS to great effect. Estrol on the Bren, Greasy on the Tommy. Wide variety of weapons. Not the meta you usually see. You usually see tons of Lewis guns with the LMG, but the other ones do have their advantages, other than the Lewis's giant mag capacity. Higher fire rate will net you better results in a gunfight at close range. Got Rebel making a hard push into the B flag, trying to get up there and take out St. Lucifer and Greasy. St. Lucifer up there using his LMG to hold them off, hold Rebel back. However, Rebel does have superior numbers, leaving St. Lucifer the only one left on the B flag. But Cronus crew spawns in, does a mad dash, and is able to take out Rebel. That is an amazing jump that he did right there. Probably a jump slide to get down there without taking any damage. However, Rebel swarming B. Abraham hanging back at A, realizing that they need to hold that to be a contender on this one at all. Rebel trying to push up to B. Gets up there. However, Jaskeens is there holding them off, but is quickly taken out by Buzzy Butt with the SMG. Realizing that they've been pushed off, Cronus crew and St. Lucifer spawn at the B point on the right-hand side. That right side spawn gives you height advantage over them, but the entire Rebel crew moves onto the right-hand side. FoF pushing from C to A, realizing that there's superior numbers on the right-hand side, pushing into A hard. Elysian decides, I'm not going to try to fight them at B. I'm going to go get C. They're taking A. There's nobody going to be at C. Let me go over there and get this flag from them. FoF is going to see him start to take it right now and is going to quickly react. Or maybe not so quickly, actually, because they're being pinned down at A by Abraham with his LMG, taking out Estrol and Isaac with two great headshots, raining down death from above from B to A. However, FoF is able to push into B momentarily to push them off. Arquebus pushing around, getting down there, going back up into the B capture point, going after Greasy, trying to get him with a melee. However, Greasy is able to take him down with his LMG. FoF in control of A and B now. Ziegles and Esterol are waiting in the little palm tree area between C and A. Lots of good small cover over there that you can use. And they are getting good kills in that little valley right there. Linglong and Elysian are pushing the right-hand side, high side from B. Don't know if FoF is going to see, but they're going to see now that somebody's on there. Somebody is going to go back and take out Linglong and Elysian. However, Linglong is able to take out St. Lucifer from there. Realizing he's alone, trying to retreat, gets taken down quickly. FoF back in control. Abraham dropping down right into the gun of Jaskeen's. Elysian looks like he wants to go for the revive, thinks about it again, realizes he's the last person up there, and decides, I need to stay alive for my guys to spawn. Rebel pushing hard back into the C point. Doesn't want this to turn into a triple capture on FoF's part, but it looks like they're going to need to fight back very, very hard to make this not a reality for Rebel to get triple capped by FoF. FoF has control of the triple capture. However, Rebel is around the B flag, contesting it. Elysian by himself gets taken down quickly by St. Lucifer with that LMG. And there is the round. FoF takes another one on Al Sandan. Next up, we have Devastation, one of the two new maps that has come to the rotation recently, the other being Snowy Narvik. Devastation, however, is a very linear map, only really having 4 lanes to be able to get down, so that it makes it fairly easy to set up. But if you're able to use smokes effectively, you're able to push past people without them really knowing that you are doing that. Unfortunately, because the church is the B point, makes it really hard to get in there to really see what's going on. So I will do my best to give you some good camera angles to see what's happening inside of the church. Probably zoom in right here, but for now we're going to watch the breakouts from up above in the Eagle's Nest. Got Rebel in red, FoF in blue. And they begin to spawn in. And they're off. Let us see what they do. Both squads pushing out. Looks like Linglong is going up to post up at the A point, holding it from above, leaving Linglong back to hold on to that. FoF quickly captures C and begins to push in hard. They have a very wide spread going on currently. Rebel kind of is in the middle holding up, as well as they do not have 2 people that have spawned in yet. I am not sure where they are or what they are doing, but that is going to give a 6v8 advantage to the FoF crew. B, hotly contested. FoF in good control. Rebel trying to push in, running into Big Head, Esterol, Cronus Crew's guns. Cronus Crew switching off that LS, going back to his LMG. Esterol switches to the LS, getting control. FoF wipes them off of the B point very quickly. Looks like one person from Rebel has unfortunately disconnected, leaving them at a 7 to 8 disadvantage. FoF spreading out, pushing into the A flag from the middle of the church and right-hand side. Rebel is all bottled up at the front of the church. They are going to get flanked on either side. Zeagles holding down the left-hand lane for FoF. Cronus Crew trying to push in, able to take out Arquebus with that Thompson. Novzalti fighting off Greasy. Buzzybutt fights off Estrol. Linglong fights off Cronus to get into Novzalti on the right-hand side of the church, pushing in. Isaac, however, is on the right side. Big Head pushing in past Novzalti. Novzalti, is able to take out a 2 versus 1 position. I don't think they knew that he was down there. Rebel has strong numbers on the left-hand side, but St. Lucifer is hanging back with that LMG, putting that giant drum mag to work. FoF keeping the pressure on from all sides at B. St. Lucifer is just laying down lead on that right-hand side flank for them, not letting any of the Rebel guys get through. Rebel gets taken out. That means they're going to have to respawn at A to try to coordinate a push again. Oh, and the Rebel guy has come back and is... I don't know if he came back or if he was replaced, but they're back to full strength again. It's going to be tough for them to push out of this A point, though, with everybody posted up. Got Zeagles on the right, St. Lucifer on the left, with those LMGs, able to use those sight lines. Big Head using that little bombed out area in that church window that you can get up onto as his perch to be able to help take out full assault. Rebel pushing left-hand side, trying to get into the church, but Jason and Esserol are there to ward them off. FoF in good map control right now from Rebels' advances. However, Lycian is able to slip through, but gets taken out by Big Head using that perch again. I'm going to show you exactly what that perch looks like. Right there. You can get in that little area right there. Novzalti using his smokes to try to push up, but Big Head is using that spot to his height, to the height advantage that it gives him, and now there's going to be a crossfire. Big Head does get down from there and probably fell. It is a precarious situation to stay up there for far too long if you're in a gunfight. Do have Arquebus trying to push the left-hand side as a sniper. Gets taken down by Cronus with his Thompson. St. Lucifer just posted up on the left-hand side, not letting anybody near that left-hand side, and also providing support for the left inside push. Rebel pushing in, gotta try to figure out a way to get through this wall of death, as I'd like to call it, that FoF is able to hold. Looks like Arquebus decides that he needs to start taking pot shots at St. Lucifer to get him off of that left-hand side. St. Lucifer decides he wants to push back. Buzzybutt, however, gets up and is able to take him out. Buzzybutt pushing in on that left-hand side by himself. Arquebus pushing up. Big Head is in the right-hand side of the church. Linglong throws some smoke down to try to get the one and only. Is going to be able to taking out Jay Skeens before he does. Rebel moving on the left-hand side, trying to get through. Cronus is there, taking people down on the left-hand side. However, it looks like Rebel is going to be able to squeak by on that side. Going in, not deciding to go for the back capture at C to try and split up the Rebel guys, but gets in, and l-TheCupofJoe-l starts to take it, but gets off of it, realizing he is all alone again. Rebel almost had a great push down the left-hand side. If they had just continued all the way to C, they would have made it there, splitting the FoF squads into making at least a couple of them go back to C, hopefully giving them superior numbers to push on to B. And Rebel is able to take them out at B and is beginning to capture it. FoF is pushing back in hard. They do not want this to happen. And it's a direct battle inside of the church. Let's get in there real close, see what we can see. Big battle happening right there in between. People are going down left and right. Tons of gunfights, tons of death. Everybody is going down. And it looks like FoF is going to be able to hold on. But Rebel is surging the right-hand side, taking them out. Rebel takes them down, pushing them back off of that point. z-GL's hanging out, realizing that he needs to wait for his guys to spawn back on him. They do not want to get a squad wipe and push back, and now it is Rebel in the driver's seat of this match, holding the entire church down. Looking like they are using this momentum to try and push l-TheCupofJoe-l all the way to the front of the church. They do have FoF on the backside, being a pest, trying to push back in. Linglong takes out Jaskines on the B flag. Rebel starting to push, and there was a squad wipe. A squad needed to spawn back at the C point, and Rebel is surging now, trying to push FoF back into their spawn to get the triple cap happening. They are all in the middle of the church, so all FoF really needs to do is go left or right, and they're going to be able to sneak by them. But they decide to try to push directly into Rebel's guns on the left-hand side. They do win their gunfights over there. z-GL's taking out Rebel with the Lewis gun, pushing in. Rebel holding off FoF. However, Big Head is on the right-hand side of the point. l-TheCupofJoe-l coming back to try to take him out. Starts to shoot at him. He's taken down by l-TheCupofJoe-l from behind. Rebel getting kills, getting their guys back up, realizing they are in control of this map right now. And they completely wipe out both squads. This is going to give them the opportunity, if they realize it, to push out to try to get that triple capture happening, or they may just try to hold. 85-36 now. FoF pushed all the way back to the front of the church, Rebel not letting them get past the front of the church. Big Head sneaks in somehow, gets in, but quickly taken down by l-TheCupofJoe-l, pushing the right-hand side. And FoF makes it through on the left-hand side. Let's see if they continue down. Looks like Cronus is going in. Looks like Isaac is going to go on the flank with Big Head back to A, so that they can go for the triple capture. Cronus gunfights l-TheCupofJoe-l, takes him down, is facing a superior force. Oh my god, Cronus is surrounded by everybody and gets taken down by full assault. There was no winning that one. He was completely surrounded. FoF does take advantage and pushes out of the C capture point on the left-hand side to go around to take A, so that they at least are holding A and C to regain control of this map. Rebel is holding on to the B flag. However, they are taken out by FoF. FoF is now going to go for and try and reverse this and get a triple capture happening. FoF has Miss Malcolm come in and start putting in work for them. Big battle happening down at A. It is a battle for the A point currently. Looks like Rebel has superior numbers, picking each other up, getting everybody out there. Jaskines is the first line of defense for FoF, trying to make it so Rebel cannot push back into the B point. FoF holding the church from all sides currently. Rebel using tons of smoke to get in there, trying to get around. Cronus Crew, Novzalti going at it. Cronus taking out full, but Novzalti takes out Cronus, and Miss Malcolm is coming back. I don't think Novzalti realizes, and unfortunately, he went for the revive. Miss Malcolm came up from behind and took him down. FoF holding on to the AB capture points now. Rebel is wiped off. Linglong is the only one left trying to push in the sides, and it is going to be FoF taking this round as well. 2 more rounds coming up after this one, and it is Narvik that is next in the rotation. Just want to take the opportunity to say thank you very much again for coming over to my Twitch page, The Cup of Joe. I will be doing these shoutcasts as often as people need them done, as well as doing my regular streaming Thursday through Monday nights, starting at 7 p.m. However, we are back, and this is Narvik, the second new map to the rotation. And I am going to go over on this side of the map this time because there's always some big fights that happen right here. This flag is contested a lot. Right there. We have Rebel on the right, FoF on the left. Got 30 seconds before this match begins. And there's the breakout. Looks like the Rebel crew got a late start on this. FoF pushing in hard and heavy quickly onto that. Rebel is going to need to get out of the A point before FoF is able to fan out and completely take control of all of the lanes. Lots of big contentious places are on the right, middle, and left. Lots of places that FoF can push up on. Elysian, the only one on the left-hand side, taking them down. And they are being pushed back into their spawn by FoF. Elysian, the only one not by the A flag, waiting for some spawns. FoF in control of this. They are pushing in to A. Rebel it has the one and only trying to push in on the right-hand side, but is not able to get past the gun of Big Head. FoF swarming the A flag, trying to get into A to take them down. Elysian drops down to their point and tries to go on that right-hand flank. However, FoF has Zeagles on that left-hand side, holding it down, not letting, or trying to not let, and Greasy tried to get pushed past, but heard Elysian down on the flank and takes him out. Have full assault and l-TheCupofJoe-l pushing the left-hand side, trying to get up and over the B point, but St. Lucifer is back there using his Lewis to great effect, as he likes to do, taking out full assault and l-TheCupofJoe-l very quickly with that Lewis gun. FoF heavy on the left-hand side, holding the B flag, trying to push Rebel back into their spawn so that they can get the triple capture happening. Rebel, though, pushing in, not letting it happen, and giving them a heck of a fight for this A flag. However, Miss Malcolm, Greasy, and Cronus are pushing in heavily to the A flag, trying to get it in their possession, so then the only place for them to spawn would be on each other and back in their spawn point. However, Rebel taking them out, stopping their advances, and is trying to get a push happening around to C, using a smoke barrage. Rebel is to push the right-hand side. Archivist coming up against two people, gonna get quickly taken down. Elysian does make it around, but Miss Malcolm is pressuring and takes Elysian down. Rebel got held up at the bunker right here, and FoF just came in and wiped them out quickly. FoF now mounting another counterattack into A, pushing from all positions. Lots of smoke going out to block off sight lines. FoF surging through the smoke, getting in. Elysian is going to come up against Zeagles, laying down. Not sure how that's going to end up. Zeagles able to take out, Elysian able to take out Zeagles, getting around to that right-hand side. Don't know if they're going to have him continue pushing to C or wait there to get spawns off. FoF does have the triple capture currently. It looks like Rebel is going to send a couple to C to get that back cap. Zeagles spawns back at C, gets taken down by Abraham with that LMG, and Rebel is able to get around to the C point. FoF in good control of the middle of the map, having to push back to their C capture point to get control of this map again. Zeagles coming up from behind Linglong, taking him down. Abraham, the only one left on the C point. Zeagles trying to push in to get that point back, using some panzers to take down the house that Abraham is in. Abraham is surrounded by almost the entire FoF squad. But this is what happens when you take another flag. It leaves another flag open. Rebel pushing into B, going to be able to take it out, and now they're going to be able to get A and B held together. Miss Malcolm pushing in, getting taken out by l-TheCupofJoe-l. Smoke being used to great effect by Rebels, not allowing them to get back into the B point. We've got St. Lucifer gunfighting Linglong. Linglong takes him down, not letting him get on that left-hand flank. Rebel running around and gets taken out by everybody surging to F. l-TheCupofJoe-l realizes, oh my god, their entire team is there. I need to push back. Rebel needs to get another flag captured quickly before this match slips away. They might even need to get a triple cap. I'm pretty sure they do actually need to get a triple cap. And FoF is just able to win gunfights against the Rebel guys a little bit more consistently, and are using Rebel is using tons of smoke to try to push back in. FoF sends Eagles on the flank to get that triple capture because they realize that Rebel is surging through the middle, probably leaving the entire team in the middle with nobody at their back capture. St. Lucifer gets taken down by Novzalti with his Thompson. Rebel pushing back onto B, getting the B capture point. Haven't seen anybody decide to go back to get Ziegels off of A. Looks like Abraham's trying to make it, but Big Head takes him out with his STG. B is hotly contested. Smoke's flying everywhere. Lead's going everywhere. People getting revived. People getting taken down. And Rebel gets wiped off of B through tons and tons of smoke. Ziegels hanging out, waiting for people to try to contest him at A, gets taken down. However, the rest of FoF sees that they have C and B, and Ziegels was able to push up, so they swarm the A flag again. Pushing up into the A point, Rebel getting some kills, but getting taken out as well. Cronus crew using that Thompson, and Miss Malcolm using that Thompson to great effect. Elysian takes out Cronus, but quickly gets taken out by Jaskines. FoF is surging into the A point, trying to get the triple capture again. And it is going to be FoF taking this one, taking this map. Next up for our final map, we have Eros, which is the second tank map, which will be interesting to see if Arquebus and Isaac go back into the tanks. Just want to say one more time before the final match begins, thank you so much for coming out to watch the CCL League match between Rebel and FoF. It is FoF taking this match 6-0 right now. Here is the final map that we will be on, which is Eros, with its golden fields of wheat that is lovely to look at and hard to fight against. People are able to crouch run through there, getting through. Only the tips of their head is being able to be seen. Also, it looks like we've got a little bit of fog that has rolled in, which makes the visibility on this map a little tough. But I think if I angle just right, we'll be able to see everything that we need to see. We've got FoF in blue, Rebel in red. Coming out with 10 seconds left. And here we go. FoF on the left, Rebel on the right. FoF quickly spawns in. Rebel doing a late spawn. Got Abraham. And it is Linglong this time in the tank for Rebel. Isaac getting back in that tank for FoF. Isaac is a very adept and knows how to control a whole lane with that one tank. Linglong going on a crazy mission up into the creek. FoF gets on to B uncontested. The only one up there is Novzalti, and it looks like Rebel is pushing the right hand side, trying to push into the A point, and are going to be, oh my god, I am sorry. This is what happens when Battlefield is in the state that it's in. I'm going to try to get in there back as quick as possible so we don't miss any of this action. This is very upsetting. Let me find this server number again, and we will get back in there as quick as possible. Again, I apologize. Everybody understands the frustrations with this game and the blue screens and the crashing and all of the things that have happened in the past since it was released. Not to mention the very long load times. All right, let's get back in here as quick as possible. Maybe I'll get lucky and that one will still be in the search so I can get right back in. Once again, apologizing for this is not enough, it seems like, but there's really nothing that I can do about it. Just got to get back in there as quick as possible. And all right, top of the list again. Very good. All right, and we're going back in. Let us get back in to see what has happened. Let's see if Isaac is still in control on that tank and what is happening in the battle. FoF came out strong and heavy to their spawn flag point, as well as B, Rebel was trying to push down to the right-hand side with the tank to... it didn't even look like they were going for the resupply point, which is a very good push on the right-hand side. It looked like their tanker, Linglong, pushed the creek, which is an odd tactic that I have never seen before, but then again, I've only been doing competitive for about 2 months now. And look at this. It looks like we have FoF holding on to B and only B. Okay, I was about to say, if that wasn't actually somebody and that was going to be a glitch, that'd be very annoying for that constant gunfire. Rebel is on A and C. Rebel is on A and C. Isaac is back in that tank, going back to A to wipe off that Rebel's crew from A. Zeagles is hanging out with Isaac as a repper. FoF tries to push in to C, but gets taken down. Elysian by himself going up against this tank. As an assault, it's possible, but with a repper right there, not going to be easy to take him out. The repper for Isaac smartly gets into the tank. Arquebus pushing onto B, past it, being hotly pursued by an entire squad plus one of FoF. Cronus crew being able to take out Linglong and only by himself starts to capture the C flag. FoF pushing Arquebus in that tank heavy. However, Arquebus doing what he can to get away. Big Head in hot pursuit. Almost gets Arquebus in the engine to disable him. And the Rebel crew pushing out of A to C, only contested by 2 medics, and they have a tank there. Not anything that those medics can do, but got Jaskins coming up behind into the C capture point. And C being contested, Arquebus circling the C point, taking them down. However, FoF does have numbers on C and B. Arquebus probably needs ammo. getting to that capture point, needing to make it into there to repair and rearm. FoF waiting for Isaac to respawn in the tank. I'm not sure exactly how he was taken down, but he got taken out. Speaking of Isaac, gets taken down by Buzzy Butt. l-TheCupofJoe-l out there sniping with the Gewehr, doming Greasy from close range. Buzzy Butt up on B. z-GL's the last one on B for FoF. Don't know if he knows Buzzy is there. Definitely doesn't. Buzzy is unable to take him out. There's a giant gunfight going on between the two of them. And we have FoF holding CB, and Isaac is back in that tank and is at A, capping it by himself. Looks like Rebel was able to push them off of C to get that capture point with the support of Arquebus in the tank. Greasy by himself pushing, panzering at Arquebus, getting people to spawn onto him. And Arquebus goes down from a panzer from Jaskines. Great long range shot from Jaskines all the way across the courtyard at C. FoF holding on to the B point, and Isaac is trying to get this A capture point by himself. FoF is in need of another flag. Rebel is holding on to C and A fairly effectively. However, they really need to get onto Isaac and take Isaac out. But there he goes, taken out by a Panzerfaust from Full Assault 420. Rebel in control. The only one left kind of away from B point is Jaskines. Abraham is in the middle, getting flanked, going to get taken down by Jaskines. FoF surging down the road from B. Cronus hanging out the left-hand side, using a sniper of some sort to pick off people from Rebel. But there's disadvantages using a sniper rifle, like going up against a guy like Buzzy with a STG. Rebel in good control of A and C right now. FoF is pushing back into C and is taking them out. However, Elysian is able to spawn on C before they flip that point to blue from red. Elysian getting a person to come in on and go against. I'm not really sure why Rebel is using so many snipers. Apparently, that is what they're wanting to do right now. Cronus does have a couple of snipers on their team, or Cronus is a sniper on FoF's team, kind of patrolling the middle, watching for the pushes. Rebel doing an A to B push through the town. z-GL's getting back on that half track, or it's not even a half track, that is a truck? Yeah, it's a truck. Using that as a head glitch spot is very effective. Lots of sniper fire coming from Rebel from the spawn area, taking out St. Lucifer and Isaac with headshots, pushing them off of C. l-TheCupofJoe-l, also another sniper in the town, going up against Big Head, and Miss Malcolm is surging, wanting to revive l-TheCupofJoe-l, and does just at the last second before he cancels out. St. Lucifer on the C point, shooting at Elysian down in the creek. Got Isaac in the tank, takes out Arquebus, and here comes a call-in from, I assume, Rebel to try to confuse FoF while they try to push into that point. z-GL's is on that back truck, using it very effectively to his advantage, taking out nobody. It wasn't him. Nah, never mind. C is overrun by snipers right now. Oh my god. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snipers for Rebel. FoF surging from A and B into the C point. Rebel gets full assault back in that tank. He is making a beeline for B, it looks like, coming up and over that hillside, raining hellfire from above. However, Greasy is on his ass and is going to be able to go up and place TNT on him. He gets very close to him and takes him out. Full Assault had no idea Greasy was there. That was a bold move, coming up right behind him and getting extremely close, basically placing it, slapping it on the backside of that tank. FoF is surging into C. Rebel is being pushed back into their spawn. St. Lucifer and Zeagles raining fire from above at B into the C point. Looking in, Rebel does have people behind FoF pushing into C. They really need to push out of this and try to get out and get around them. But I have a feeling they realize it's a little bit too little, too late right now, and are just going for kills and trying to get their back cap point. Looks like FoF is going to be able to get the triple cap just at the last second. FoF is going to take this match again, 81-0. Well done, FoF. Congratulations on the win. And I hope I get to do this for you guys again next time. So that was the 7th match. I did come in a little late, so I'm not sure if they're going to do another Rotterdam, but that was the 7th and final game for them. Once we get in there, we'll see if anybody is left, and if not, we will end the stream. Thank you so much, Forensici, for coming in again. They are all still here, and it is a rainy day in Rotterdam. It looks like they may be playing this one, and the first Rotterdam was a warm-up. They are still here. It looks like they're still going. So we shall see. Must have been exactly that. Rotterdam being played again by them. So it's actually 6, unless they are just staying around to basically scrimmage each other at this point. They're all still here. Let's get it on. FoF on the right hand side in the red. Rebel in blue on the left. Rebel not using that secondary spawn to their advantage. That's a costly mistake for them. They could have been on B already if they had used that secondary spawn. FoF pushing left-hand side really, really hard with 6. Miss Malcolm and Saint back on C, doing the back cap. FoF surging left-hand side. Cronus going for a dip with Zeagles. It looks like they're going to go for the long flank around. Zeagles laying down fire with that LMG, as well as Cronus crew sniping on the left-hand side. Rebel is surging into F, throwing bodies at it, using smoke, trying to get in on there. Cronus crew sees that they are pushing and is going to go back. However, Elysian is hanging back on the A flag. I think they realize that Rebel or FOF is going to try and push. However, Cronus crew comes in and around instead of continuing there. Rebel does have superior numbers, but gets taken down on B, and FOF starts to take the cap point back again. FOF spreading out, trying to push the envelope to Rebel at A. Zeagles hanging out on the right-hand side, watching that right-hand flank. FOF surging into the middle of the town square area between A and B. And FOF makes it up into up-down on the right-hand side with a couple of snipers. And it is... Rebel is just throwing bodies in the middle, not even trying to go out to the flanks. This is going to be a big mistake. They're just going to run into the guns of everybody on FOF and quickly get taken down. There they go. Now they're getting the idea of trying to go out on that flank. However, Cronus crew looks like knows what's gonna be. Nope, Cronus crew is actually still in up down. Buzzy Butt going up to try to get Cronus. Cronus jumps out. Buzzy's gonna be very confused as to what just happened. FOF surging now, pushing the envelope. Novzalti and Buzzy are upstairs. St. Lucifer laying down some fire and is taken out. A Rebel is surging back into B. It looks like FOF extended themselves a little bit too much, not leaving enough people on the flank to hold off Rebel, but FOF is surging into A, but it looks like Linglong is able to take them out, but Jaskins takes him out with the 1911 sidearm. Rebel is pushing all fronts right now, A and C. We've got Novzalti going on the flank, right-hand side, trying to get through. Looks like Miss Malcolm threw down some smoke to push her advance. Miss Malcolm quickly taking out Novzalti. Probably heard him running through the alleyway that runs in between those two streets. FOF regaining control of the B points, spreading people out. They don't have anybody on the far right-hand side, but that doesn't matter right now because Rebel has not decided to push anybody out on the right-hand side. They again try to bull charge their way, Zerg rush their way into B. Smoke's flying everywhere. Cronus and Isaac back up in up-down. But it looks like Rebel is being able to take some people out. Cronus picking off Novzalti with a dome shot from up down. Abraham, St. Lucifer on the left-hand side, holding them off, using his LMG to great effect. FOF has a fairly good push on all sides, just holding on to that pressure. Novzalti going on the right-hand side is going to run into Zeagles eventually, holding down this lane with an LMG of some sort. Zeagles is repositioning himself to take him out with that LMG. Takes out Novzalti. Zeagles gets taken out by Full Assault with the ribeye. The ribby rolls, as some people like to call it. FOF still maintaining their dominance on the right, left, and middle sides of B, holding on to this point. Rebel pushing on the right-hand side through the middle. Has not decided to go towards the left-hand side. Once you're able to lock down basically those three main routes from B, right, left, and middle, it's going to be very tough for Rebel to make it past. However, they are able to take out everybody on the right-hand side and push back into B. Now let's see if they decide to push anybody back to the C point to get that capture. They are down by almost half of the tickets that FoF has, but they are doing a push. FoF pushing them back from taking B. Arquebus, the only one left, but being supported by Linglong. Big battle happening down at B point right now. FoF sending an entire crew of them, squad of them, down the middle alley from C to B. Rebel does take control of the B point. However, they are all bunched up in the middle right there. They really need to move out and fan out to the right-hand side, because that is where all of the FoF is. And that is where there's going to be massive amounts of bloodshed happening. People going down left and right. Revives happening. FoF trying their hardest to push back into F. This comes down to sheer gun skills at this point. If you're able to win your gun battles, you're going to be able to push back into that B point. Looks about even now. See a lot of red and blue going up on that kill feed on the right-hand side of the kill feed.
We have to capture the objective!
Isaac sees what's happening, decides to go on the flank, gets back to A. Abraham and Linglong are going to go and hunt down Isaac, as well as the one, and quickly taken down. Buzzy Butt pushes the C flag, gets on the C flag by himself, and is going to start to recapture it for them. They realize that FoF has superior numbers at B and decides to do the AC. That way they can pinch them from either sides. FoF knows this is going to be happening from either sides of them, so they fan out very well, keeping their head on a swivel. Cronus going right-hand side. Zegos is at that power position, using those sandbag position to great effect. A head glitch, essentially, with Buzzy Butt getting taken out by Zegos at that position. That is a huge power position for anybody that can get onto that point with an LMG. It is very, very hard to push them off unless you're sniping and or just launching Panzerfaust to take out their cover. Almost impossible if you got a good LMGer on that point. Rebel still holding on to A and C right now. Jaskins is making his way back to C. Arquebus hanging out in the middle of the buildings, waiting for people to spawn, however, being swarmed on both sides. But Novzalti takes out one out, takes out another one. Cronus crew, the only one left in the alleyway, gets taken down by Novzalti. Novzalti, a one-man wrecking crew in that alleyway. Now they start to push into B. They want to get this triple capture so that they can catch up on tickets quickly. They're being pushed on either side. Buzzy Butt pushes up on Zegels, knowing that he's in that power position, using that low lane by the water to be able to get around and take him out. FoF, though, able to keep the push from Rebel at bay currently. I'm very surprised that nobody from FoF has decided to break off and go back to get the cap point from C. But it looks like that's because Isaac is going to go up against Abraham, taking him out. Oh, that is just not right. That is unsportsmanlike conduct, Isaac. You do not need to do that. But that is part of the gaming culture, as everybody knows. I'm sure he will get it in return from somebody else in the future. Karma sometimes gets you in the butt. FoF pushing off of B, going back to C to get their back capture point. Rebel holding on to the A and C really need to get somebody to spawn on C so that FoF can not get back there. Arquebus does with an LMG, going to be able to post up in that alleyway. FoF just being controlled by Rebel, taking them down. However, Zeagles and St. Lucifer take their own routes to get away from Arquebus, to get around to get that back cap point. Rebel is surging from A, though, trying to push themselves back into B. And they are getting taken out left and right. Abraham taking out Big Head with his sniper. That looks like the car, if I am not mistaken. A very good sniper I like to use a lot in Firestorm. FoF does get back on their B to C caps. However, Rebel is able to push off FoF from B. Jaskins and Cronus hide so that they can get superior